British product and basically said, yeah, no. And then it was disaster. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Yeah, they sent warships. And you would think this will be the end. That's wrong. More trade. It was not. More control. This treaty is China negotiating. And yeah, this is about Opium Wars. We're talking about Opium Wars. Let me start with this. Imagine waking up one day and you realizing your country is at war. It's because another country is upset that you stopped them from selling drugs. This is not a movie plot. This is Opium War. In the 19th century, Great Britain and China went to war, but not over land or religion, but over trade, addiction, and money. And somehow, this very situation still explains why China acts the way it does on the global stage today. So, if you've ever wondered why China is extremely sensitive about foreign influence, this is where it starts. Before all of this, China was doing just fine, okay? During the Qing dynasty, China produced luxury good the world loved. Tea, silk, porcelain. But Britain couldn't get enough of Chinese tea. But China looked at British product and basically said, yeah, no. So Britain paid China in silver and over time realized, wait. This trade deal is terrible for us. Britain wanted balance. China wanted nothing to do with it. So Britain did what powerful empires often do. When trade doesn't go their way, they found a loophole. Yeah, they found a loophole. And that loophole was opium. Britain grew opium in British controlled India and sold it illegally in China. At first, it was profitable. Then, it was extremely profitable. And then, it was disaster. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Millions of Chinese people became addicted. Families collapsed, the economy weakened, and the government lost authority. China tried to stop the trade because, understandably, having half of your population addicted to drugs is not great for society, right? Britain responds, this is a free trade. What's wrong with it? Which is a wild thing to say when you're selling drugs at gunpoint. In 1839, China finally had enough. An official named Lin Zexu, I'm sorry with that, we can continue now. An official named Lin Zexu confiscated and destroyed huge amounts of opium. But Britain reacted like any calm, reasonable empire would. Yeah, they sent warships. Thus began the First Opium War. Britain arrived with modern cannons and steam powered ships. China arrived too with outdated weapons and hope. It didn't end well for China. The war ended with Treaty of Nanjing, which meant China had to give Hong Kong to Britain, open major ports of foreign trades, pay huge financial compensation, accept foreign legal privileges. These treaties were negotiated, they were forced, and this was the beginning of China's century of humiliation. And you would think this will be the end. That wrong. It was not. I'm sorry. Britain wanted more access, more trade, more control. So, Britain, this time with France, started the Second Opium War. But unfortunately, China lost again. And now, opium was legalized. Foreign powers gained even more influence. Western embassies were placed in Beijing. Then came one of the most symbolic moments, the burning of the old summer palace. This wasn't just military violence, it was cultural destruction. A clear message: we can do whatever we want. So, why does any of this matter now? Because China remembers. The Opium Wars are taught in Chinese schools as a warning about what happens when a country loses control over its sovereignty. This history explains why modern China distrusts Western intention, strongly protects national control, pushes back against foreign pressure. So when China talks about never gets or never being humiliated again, they were talking about this period. Even modern issues, trade wars, global influence, Hong Kong, all connect back to the Opium Wars. From China's perspective, this was an imperialism disguised as free trade. So, no, the Opium Wars weren't just about opium, they were about a power, control, and money, which honestly explains a lot of history. Great Britain reshaped China's future through force, and China never forgot. And that's why a war from 1800s still matters in 2025. Because apparently history doesn't disappear. It just waits for its sequel. Thank you.